Hey, Metal Warriors, this is DVS, Donnie Van Staver from Riot 5. You're rocking out with CMS TV. Shine on, Metal Warriors.
It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. Starting off the show tonight, we heard something from Akin, Erase the Slate with the Voice of the Soul. And we just heard Banter from the Far Beyond Driven release with Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. And a guy who is fighting off or fought off a fever with a bottle of pills and is back among his good friends again. My good friend and partner, Chris Akin. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, Chief? How we doing?
Well, I'm glad to see you're still among the living.
Dude, let me start by saying this. I will say thank you to everybody that was so genuinely concerned that I was dying. But my God, I literally put on Facebook, I'm a bit under the weather, so we're not doing a show tonight. Reason, just to be clear, I had a really bad cough and a fever. And while I could have probably toughed out the fever, the coughing would have driven everybody crazy. If it was like you were talking to me, I was like, what? And then doing that number for 6 hours would have been terrible.
Right.
So I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in bed. I'm going to shake this thing off and that'll be it.
Right.
I probably got 100 emails this week. Dude, make sure that you're doing this and make sure that go to the doctor, I was like, we have been conditioned by this fucking pandemic.
I agree.
That anytime you have a sniffle, you're dying. And I wasn't dying. I just, look, every once in a while, you get sick or you don't feel well. That's it. And again, I appreciate everybody that sent me a note and a message and take this medication and go to this doctor and, stand on your head while putting your finger on your nose and that'll make it go away. Right. All the bullshit. But Jesus Christ, I tried to be very clear that I was a little bit under the weather, not dying. But whatever, I'm here today. I'm not under the weather, folks. I'm fine. I lived through it somehow. Yeah, I made it through.
Live through this.
I can't believe it that I'm still alive.
Well, I thought that was a good way to start the show off. Good friends and a bottle of pills.
Sure.
All your good friends, had their outpouring of care and support for you, and I'm sure a few Advil were probably taken in the meantime.
Oh, exactly. That's about it. Handful of Ibus and I was good.
Yeah.
And a good night of sleep. Which is really probably what I needed the most was just to
probably you just get yourself so run down, your immunities get weak and you're susceptible to anything that walks through the door literally.
Yeah, and that's what I think it was I caught a bug from probably my daughter because I really haven't gone anywhere.
Right.
But I caught a bug from my daughter coming in and out of here and just didn't feel good on Saturday.
Yeah.
Or, as some people wanted to believe, was dying.
Well, we're all dying.
Yeah, I know.
We're dying slowly.
Every second is 1 second less you have to live.
Right.
Exactly right.
You're absolutely right. But we're here tonight to entertain your happy asses. So,
that's right.
So bow down and kiss ours.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I know that, you hit me up like literally 3 hours before we were going to go on last week. And it's like, dude, I just can't. I got a fever. I got a cough. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's like, it is what it is, dude. People get sick. We get sick. We're only human.
That's right. I'm only human. You're not human. You never get sick.
Well, I know, but, that's just genetics. I think genetics have a lot to do with it. I mean, my dad is going to be 95 next month.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think my parents must have been fucking in a swamp or something, which is why I'm so fucking sick all the time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, longevity is something on my dad's side of the family. Anyway, my great grandmother, my father's grandmother, she lived to be 101.
Okay. Wow.
And then his mother lived to be 96, I believe.
Jeez.
And he's going to be 95 on March 15th. So,
wow.
The Ides of March.
Wow.
So.
I got the half and half. My grandmother lived to be, I think, 94, I think she was when she passed away, or either 94 or 97, but she's old as fucking dust.
Right.
I mean, she was old. But my grandfather, he literally died 10 days after I came home from the hospital in 94. And I think he was 74. He died of, what is that stomach shit where your stomach gets all turned inside out? Diverticulitis?
Oh, diverticulitis?
Yeah, he died of that. And I think he was 74. And my dad was 68, I think, or 69.
Right. But your dad had the cancer, though.
Well, he had the cancer and he had the,
And he was a smoker, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, there you are.
3 packs of Luckies every day.
he did not get lucky.
No, he had the unlucky strike. That's for sure.
Exactly.
But yeah, he died younger. But my mom is 75 and she's going to outlive me, I'm thinking, because she's going to live another 50 years.
Yeah.
She's still going full speed. Makes me crazy.
I call and talk to my dad and he always seems fine. But one of my sisters who lives nearby him, she does a lot of his running as errands and things like that,
Right.
And I check in with her periodically and ask her, how's dad doing? She goes, dude, he's going to outlive all of us. He went to the doctors, he went to a checkup and his blood pressure was perfect. His heartbeat was very strong. His lungs are clear. He's very cognitive. He's sharp as a tack. He still gets around, still cooks for himself, all these other things, She said that doctor is just like, man, you are in great shape for a guy your age,
your right?
Dad's years, So
lucky him.
Yeah, the sad thing is for my dad though is he's outlived 3 of his children.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so that's a tough cookie to handle, And I don't think any parent. I'm not a parent. I have no idea what that's like, but I can't imagine being a parent and having to bury one of your own children.
I don't know that you know what? That's the one thing it's the only thing I fear. I don't fear dying, but I certainly fear one of my kids dying.
Right.
Like if one of my kids died, I'd probably be in the backyard with the pistol to take myself to not have to deal with it. I don't know that I could deal with that. That would be too much for me, I think.
Right. So
no thanks.
Anyway, life has its twists and turns, that's for sure.
Amen.
Speaking of smokers, not that this has anything to do with this subject that we're talking about, but I have a big king size waterbed, right?
Right.
So I have a comforter on my king size waterbed, and I thought, well, it's a nice day out, even though I have a washing and drying, a washer and dryer here. Mm-hmm. I thought I need to get this thing laundered, So there's a laundromat just right down the road from me, not even maybe a half a mile.
Okay.
So I thought I'll go down there and use one of their larger machines, to throw the comforter in, wash, dry stuff. Telling you what, dude, I think laundromats are the haven for poor people.
Well, they are. It's somebody that can't afford $300 for a washing machine.
But the stench of smoke just rolling off the people that were there getting their, doing their laundry. I was thinking, why don't you jump into that washing machine with your clothes? I mean, the stench rolling off these people. I mean, I literally was sitting, in a chair between 2 different people, one on my left, one to my right, and my clothes literally stunk like smoke. I was it just literally permeated my clothes just sitting in proximity of these people.
Let me ask you this question. Was there a TV hanging or not?
Because
it does make a difference.
Well, it wasn't. No, there wasn't a TV. They did have TV type monitors, but they were just running like ads.
No, then you went to an upscale one. The lowest common denominator goes to the ones that have TV.
Okay.
Because they'll stay all fucking day. If it has TV, yep. If it has TV, they'll save up all their clothes for like 2 or 3 weeks and try to. They're the worst because not only will they bring 2 or 3, baskets of clothes,
right?
But they'll try to jam them all into like 2 loads. Yeah. And then they'll fuck up the machines, and then they're bringing out clothes and sitting them on top of other clothes while they wait for machines, and it starts to stink from the dirty water that gets on the clothes. And yeah, dude, it's the dumbest thing. When I was poor, me and Georgetta went for probably 2 years. That was a weekly pilgrimage to the laundromat,
right,
to do our clothes. And I sort of started moving around to different laundromats to try and find same reason. I was like
a better clientele.
Man. I mean, sometimes you go into it and it felt like you were going into a dingy concert club at 2 in the morning.
Right.
Just dirty and stinking. And you're like, how are my clothes going to get clean if I can't stand the smell myself?
Yeah. Well, this facility was very, very clean and very well kept and very pristine. But boy, the clientele, it was just like, holy shit. It's like, it smelled like fresh laundry soap and stale smoke.
Well, because I mean, dude, who was it? It was one guy that had a broken laundry or washing machine. You, who just didn't want to put that wear and tear on your washing machine.
My washing machine just isn't big enough.
Isn't big enough, right?
It just isn't big enough to handle a big comforter like that.
But who's all the rest of the people? It's the neighborhood apartment people.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's who it is. It's the people that the apartment that doesn't have a hookup. So they all go there. Every single person that was in there pays like $600 a month at most for their apartment. Right. And they're living they're the Rev.
Yeah.
They're 300 square foot apartment people.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. And I'm not even saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that, man, that's a whole nother thing. Another rule of the laundromat. You better go late, because if you go early, you get everybody that stinks from overnight dirty, awful sex and doesn't take a shower.
Right.
Almost everybody that goes in the morning is all greasy haired and knotted haired and wearing shitty sweats and a dirty t-shirt that says Mel's Diner on it or whatever. I mean, it's always dirty fucking people in the morning. In the afternoon, it's a lot of times the afternoon is, well, somebody puked on my comforter or something. So it's too big for the house. So I go clean it up. Yeah. But the morning people are dirty, filthy animals.
Well, that's the first time I've been in a laundromat, and boy, I couldn't even tell you. It's been years. And I just like, well, I can't wash this comforter here. Yeah. So I got to go where they got big machines. And I go, yeah, there's a place, literally a half a mile down the road. And the lady who was tending the place, she was real nice, real helpful and everything, because I guess they upgraded all the machines and they don't take quarters anymore. You got to buy,
tokens or something?
No, not tokens, but a card. You got to get a card, and then you got to put X amount of dollars on the card, and then you swipe the card on the machine like a credit card.
Right.
So you load a card is what you do. And so she was just like, well, we don't do coins here anymore. We have this card system. She goes, that comforter there, you could put that in the 4 loader. She said, if you run that on one load, it's $5.50. She goes, that'll dry in about 40 minutes. The dryers, that only take 40 minutes. That's only $2. So if you load your card with like $8, you'll be fine.
Nice.
And she was just like real nice. And here's the machine you should use. And here's this here. And she was just pointing it all out, and it's like, all right, that's real helpful. At least
Yeah.
I wasn't sitting there fumbling around like, what the fuck? How do you,
How do you work this shit?
But she saw me coming through the door and she goes, is that all you have to wash? And I go, yeah. And so she immediately just kind of took charge and pointed me out to all the, things that I needed to do.
Right.
And I was in and out of there in like an hour. It was like 20 minutes to wash and 40 minutes to dry, and I was out of there.
Right. When
Jack,
are we not sober?
right.
I can't remember the last time I did the show hammered. Can you?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
No, I mean, if I have a cocktail, it's usually the last two segments of the show.
I don't think I've done the show hammered in 2 years, 3 years maybe.
Yeah, it's been years.
Yeah, it's been a while. I kind of gave up on that because
and
always
if you listen to the show, Bard Muse, you should know that the first hour is just Chris and I just warming up and getting our chops up to speed so we can give you 5 more hours of good shit.
I think he's a newbie still.
Oh, must be.
I think he's a little new.
But tell you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. But fortunately, this place wasn't like a filthy place. It was just the stinky people that were in there.
Right.
But
the laundromat's awful.
A few of the people should have jumped in the wash and took a spin as well.
Should have jumped in the swap sink that they had in there, right?
Exactly. But I think some people I do like your new studio though.
Oh,
got all your controls and your monitors back there.
Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
They're right. I'm at Eddie's house in Vegas.
Yeah. You get your shit going on.
That's right. Here, I'll pull it to full screen. Look at my studio. It looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
look at that. You got your Apple PC down there, and you got your studio monitors and your mixing board, and got your keyboards and your sound effects, and you got your noise cancelers on the wall there.
Everything. I'm ready for action.
Yeah, man. Place just rules.
Oh, look at that. It's amazing.
Afford all that equipment. I didn't spend a dime for any of that.
Yeah, but the listeners, $5 a month.
Yeah, that $5 a month will buy those, $500 a piece monitors.
Of course. It's been a couple of years. I take 1 month and buy one speaker. Been doing it for months, for years.
There you go. Hey, you got a good setup over there. I'm jealous.
That's right.
You got better shit than I do.
Of course.
Yeah.
At least I found a better picture of shit than you have.
No wonder where all that listener money goes.
That's right. That's where it goes. Goes into me hunting Pixabay for a good picture.
Exactly. Oh, I thought all that was real.
Oh, what? It's not?
I thought you had a massive reconstruction at your house there and had your whole studio redone.
Yeah, well, only the best for me.
Yeah. I couldn't even tell that's a screened-in back porch.
No, not at all. Till you come over here and it's fucking freezing, but not tonight. I mean, it's actually okay today because it's
that's good.
That's 50 today, so not too bad.
Well, since we often talk about TV shows,
yes,
to start the show off, my nephew cued me in onto something today, and I was watching it before I jumped on the air here.
Okay.
So on HBO Max, there's a documentary on there called "Love Has Won: The Cult of Mother God."
Have not watched that.
Oh, dude, this is so fucked. This is another one of them cult things where some lady, she more or less used the interwebs and went out there and said that she was the mother god of Earth.
Oh, nice.
And people believed her and started following her, and she built up a little community in a compound, and then they started hawking shit like herbal remedies and medicines, all this and that. And,
right.
People who were looking, and basically she was basically a a 3-time loser when it comes to banging out 3 kids with 3 different guys in her younger
Oh, that's
years.
good.
Then
Right.
she just up and abandoned her kids and left them with her mother.
Okay.
She just left.
Nice.
And then she took up with some guy and, started in with, being a spiritual person. And she's like the godmother and the mother god rather.
Oh,
And
boy.
started having a presence on the interweb and, so on and so forth. And soon enough, people started following
Of course.
and believing. And the thing is that a majority of her entire existence as Mother God spent drunk and stoned the whole time. All she did was drink, do mushrooms, smoke weed, do all kinds of psychedelics rather, that kind of stuff. And these are the people that I believe, and they come to the compound and they all they did was smoke and drink and, get high and, but they were getting in touch with themselves,
Right.
because it allowed them to break free of their consciousness and was able to experience the metaphysical and all that bullshit.
Sure. What is this called?
It is called Love Has Won, the Cult of Mother God.
All right. I got to check this out.
So my nephew hit me up. He goes, "There's another fucked up documentary on HBO Max." He goes, "It's a 3-parter." He says a lot of fucked up shit in this.
Sure.
Well,
I'll have to check that one out. And as me and you texted during the week, Curb is back on Max.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, that was funny.
That first episode was absolutely fantastic.
I was laughing so hard that my ribs hurt. I could not stop laughing. I was laughing so fucking hard.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's something you needed. I'm sure you needed a good chuckle.
Oh,
You know,
that shit when he was yelling at Siri in his car.
I know, and
I
I've
was
done that.
crying. I have too. I have too. I
done
was
that.
crying, man.
You know, it was just so funny. But yeah, I'm glad Larry David is continuing on with the Curb Your Enthusiasm series.
But this is
even
the
though-
last season.
Well, that's what they always say. He always says it's the last season. Remember he took like a 5-year hiatus.
Yeah, that is true.
And then he brought it back because the season before the 5-year hiatus, he goes, this is the last season. It was over. And then 5 years later, here comes Curb again. And he's done like 4 more seasons since then,
Yeah.
but I'm, as long as he's going to do it, I'll be a watcher. That's for sure.
I love it, dude. It's so fucking fun. But that might have been, tell me if you think this, it might have been the funniest episode that he's done yet.
Yeah.
In the 12 years.
Yeah. I think each season is funnier than the last,
Yes.
for sure. But now that, I don't know, it's almost as if he's not quite as restrained in the humor department.
Right.
He's just kind of like let it go and poking fun at all the bullshit going on out there today. Even though Larry David, obviously he is a lib, and a Trump hater and everything, but he still pokes fun at the stupidity of society. The things
Well, he finds it funny. That scene where he was calling the dog fat. Oh my God. Again, I was crying laughing.
Stop fat shaming my dog. He's sensitive. But making fun of people who have these emotional support animals. That is such a crock. That's such a scam.
Yeah.
We've said that on the show. We've said that a million times, how stupid that is. That, 20 years ago, and people didn't have emotional support animals. It's like, when did that become a thing?
And I love the line. What's the black guy's name on the show?
Leon. Is it Leon?
Leon.
Yeah,
I think it's Leon. I loved when he said, if you got to have an emotional animal to get on a plane, you ain't stable enough to be on a plane.
That's true.
God damn, that shit was funny, man.
Yeah. But if you're a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, it's back. The first episode of this new season aired last Sunday,
Yes.
and just so good.
Very good.
And again,
So-
that's one of the things that I'm most jealous of you is you got to beat Larry David, and
I did.
And what is it over in New Jersey?
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, at the Borgata.
Yeah.
I was sitting right next to him and didn't even know it because I was drunk out of my mind at fucking Cheap Trick. I was there for my friend Ed took me to the divorce party over to the Borgata, all first class. We were sitting in some really good seats for Cheap Trick, and at the end we stood, or in the middle of the show, they go, oh, we just want to welcome our friend who's out here tonight with us. And the fucking spotlight comes on me, and I was like, "What the?" And I'm trashed. But they're like, "It's Larry David," and he stood up. He was literally this seat right here, next to me, and he stood up and did a little wave, whatever. And then I did sort of take a picture. There's a picture of me and him, but again, we were all drinking so heavily.
It was a little fuzzy.
It's a little fuzzy. I mean, you can tell it's him, but
yeah, I know. I remember when you sent it to me. I was just like, "Holy shit! You met Larry David? No shit."
Yeah, that was definitely a cool moment meeting Larry David, but it was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's amazing. He's so I'm a big Seinfeld guy too, so to me that guy hasn't done anything bad.
Yeah. So, but yeah, good stuff. Good TV watching. And one of the things as far as like TV is concerned this week, I saw it before. I watched it when it first came out, but I rewatched it again. CNN of all networks actually does very good documentaries.
Sure.
And they put out that it's like a 5 or 6 part series, the 70s.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, then they got the 80s and stuff. But man, I watched it a little more closely this time. And I was especially fascinated with the whole Watergate thing.
So you're watching, what's that, 70s?
Yeah, the 70s.
70s, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I was only, when this whole Watergate thing came down, I was only like 10 years old.
Right.
So you don't have, I remember it going on and I remember people talking about it, but of course at 10, you don't really understand all the ramifications of it. But, I rewatched that again and, man, that was some pretty radical shit. It would have been uncovered a lot quicker had the internet existed back then.
Sure.
But because it was up to reporters to actually do the fact finding and the digging and the investigating per se, it took a lot longer.
Yeah.
But if the internet was around back then, there you go.
There's me and Larry David.
Yeah, look at that. Look at you with the short hair.
With the very short hair.
had the buzz cut going on.
I did.
Yeah, look at you. You're all close, all hugged up next to Larry.
Yeah, right there with Larry David.
How about that shit?
Too funny, man.
Who's that? Is that Frankie Banali over your left shoulder there?
Could have been, for all I know. I was so drunk, I don't know who was there.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I was watching that and watching the details pretty closely and listening to what the people who actually who lived back then or were reporters or so on and so forth. And it was just like, man, that was some pretty hairy stuff for the times.
Yeah, it was.
And then, of course, they cover the Vietnam War and they cover the TV shows of the 70s that kind of shaped the whole decade with the Norman Lear productions of, especially like All in the Family and, Sanford and Son and, various shows like that were quote unquote controversial.
Sure.
And it's a good series,
Yeah,
so I was watching that through the week. Because they're pretty in depth and very, very detailed.
Yeah. No, I like those shows.
Yeah. So.
No, Demon. My wife didn't make me cut my hair. Quite honestly, it was simply laziness.
Yeah.
It was. You know what? I could take the brawn out and just zip, 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 and be done with it. And, you know, even in the shower, just take a fucking bar of soap is all you needed. Done. Good. You know,
Yeah.
it was laziness.
Plus,
When she left, though, I did make a purposeful decision to grow my hair.
Yeah, but the thing is you were still part of the corporate world too.
Yeah, I was. Where now
So that had, that had a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, but I haven't cut my hair now since. In fact, I know the date. It was December 27th of 2012. Last time a pair of scissors cut my hair.
12 years ago.
Yeah, been a while. It was very drunk at a party, and John shaved my head into the hairstyle of Road Warrior Hawk of the Road Warriors. I think I have pictures of that too. Actually, see if I can find that real quick.
Look at you, Mr. Picture Man.
I went through a phase like when I first got divorced. Remember, I don't know if you remember this or not, but for the new people, my ex took every photo we had in the house.
Yeah, she basically just stripped the house of everything.
Yeah, she took every photo we had, and it was like, because I had kind of told her, I was like, you could take whatever you want, and I didn't think that she would take the photos. You know, I just didn't imagine that she was going to take the photos, and eventually she let me have some of them back, but she did. She took every photo in the house, and it got to where I didn't have any photos at all. Like, I had pictures of my kids that my mom had.
Right.
But I hadn't talked to my mom in 12 years. So I had pictures of my kids when they were like 4 and then nothing else, like no pictures of my kids at all. And so I started taking a bunch of pictures all the time. Like anytime I was out, I was taking pictures. And now I have 8 zillion photos, but I ain't finding that one though. I don't know what happened to that one, but I'd love to show it, but I can't find it. God damn it.
Well, time definitely gets away from us though very quickly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, how long ago was that trip to Atlantic City? When was that?
That was September of 2012.
Was it?
Yeah, because I was still going through the divorce at that point.
Okay. All right.
Here's the picture. Hold on. I got it. I knew I had this photo. It's fucking, this is such a dumb picture, but yeah, we used to drink an awful lot over here. Once she left, boy, there was a lot of drinking going on here.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from, because the light is on. But did you have your face painted too?
Yeah, I got the Road Warrior face paint and everything.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, totally drunk off my ass.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that was a wild party. Ooh, boy.
And you're still hungover from it to this day.
Dude, I could tell you that was one that I drank so much that I felt the effects for like days.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Even hair of the dog in it. I got drunk the next day, but still felt hungover at the same time. It was the weirdest goddamn thing. Yeah, you remember those days when I was drinking a fucking 5th a day.
Yeah.
And at those parties, forget it. It was on.
Yeah. I the thing is I like a couple of cocktails, but I can't imagine getting obliterated. I've never done that.
I love it. See, I'm the worst kind of alcoholic, man. I love the taste. I love the feeling. I love the senselessness of it. And generally, I don't feel that bad the next day. Now, as I've gotten older, clearly that has changed. But
that whole chemistry and that whole metabolism changes, and
yeah,
you just can't do that anymore.
I do love getting drunk, though. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I love getting drunk. I love getting high.
Right.
I absolutely love when me and Kelly sit down and just start smoking weed. Oh my God, that's fucking fun. It is just fucking fun to just kind of mellow, get my head into a different place. I love it. I'm the worst kind of addict.
Well, you could have easily been a follower of the cult of Mother God.
Well,
because that's all they did was drink and get high and smoke weed. And
I'm sure there's some there's some remnants that I could still join, right? I'm sure there's somebody that was in it that still believes and started their own subcult or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, you don't you've tapered off on doing that for the last few years, actually. So
I have actually. I really get drunk maybe 2-3 times a year, if that.
Yeah.
I really don't get pounded that often anymore. Yeah. See, this is another big problem I do have. I am the worst kind because I am fully functional. That year that I was drinking a fifth a day, it never stopped me. Didn't stop me from working, didn't stop me from doing stuff. Didn't stop me from anything. I just did it hammered. Did everything hammered. But it was fun. Fun in the most depressing way ever because I was just a fucking emotional goddamn wreck. But
right.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. Much happier being somewhat, kind of alcohol free for the most part. I really don't drink.
Yeah, I know. You used to drink some beers and things during the show, and you don't do that anymore. And
I don't even have beer in the house. Which
really?
I don't have.
Wow.
And the only reason I know this is because I went for one the other day. Like I had a strong taste for a beer the other day, and I went.
Damn it, there's none here.
And there was none there, and I looked, and I was like, well, you know what? I got the Grey Goose here, and I've got I got a bottle of Jack, and I got a bottle of whiskey. I mean, I've got some alcohol here, but I looked at it, and I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, I just wanted a cold beer.
And I was like, just give me a reward. Good enough.
Well, there you are. Just all you got to do is just just kind of kill that craving, for something else, and it kind of passes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm over it now. At least we'll see. Me and Seth are doing an event next month, and we're doing it with. Remember that band Soil from the 90s and 2000s?
Yes, I do.
We're doing an event with them, and their guitar player Tim has already emailed me and said on the show a couple times, "You guys got to fucking come out and do some shots with it." And I'm like, okay, I'm like, yes, sir, I will.
Right.
So we'll see if that's the next time I throw down a little bit. But
I hear you. Well, kind of in that same vein, I learned through one of our CMS fans, Scarfoot. He cued me in on something that literally has been going on in my backyard, and I wasn't even aware of it.
Okay.
Some promoter recently has been putting on shows in the little town over from me in Hobart, Indiana. And this place is no, you could throw a rock from end to end. That's how big this place is.
Wow.
It's just a small town.
Right.
And there's a movie theater there called the Art Theater.
Okay.
And it's literally 2 doors down from Tom Lounge's record store.
Okay.
Remember I told you had a little record store and all that?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, "Hey, are you going to go see LA Guns on Thursday?" I said, where are they at? And he goes, "Well, they're playing over by you." I go, "Really? Where's this?" So I look it up. Sure as shit, there's LA Guns, Striper, Chips Enough with Glenn Hughes.
So that whole scene, basically.
Firewind.
Yeah, okay.
All these bands are coming to Hobart, of all places.
Nice.
So I text Chip because Glenn Hughes is coming there on Tuesday.
Okay.
And I saw you text Chip and I said, "Hey, I see you're out my neck of the woods on Tuesday. I'm going to come out to the show. I hope to hook up with you." And he goes, "Brother, I'll be glad to see you. It's been a while, blah, blah,
been
blah.
a long time. When was the last time we saw each other?"
Yeah. Well, I saw him at the Dawkins show. They were playing at the Arcada. So he had come out to that.
Right.
So I'm trying to think. No, it was the Des Plaines Theater. About 2 years ago. I think that's the last time I saw him. But anyway, regardless of that, he's playing here with Glenn Hughes on Tuesday.
That'll be cool. That's a great show, by the way.
Yeah,
Is it Hughes doing Deep Purple?
Well, I don't know. It just said Glenn Hughes.
Because I know I went to the
pull it up. You can pull it up real quick. Just type in Glenn Hughes, Hobart, Indiana.
Let's see.
Hobart.
Glenn Hughes. Hobert.
Yeah.
Hobart, Indiana.
Hobart.
B-A-R-T.
Hobart.
Let's see. Glenn Hughes. It just says Glenn Hughes. Doesn't say necessarily a night of.
Yeah, it didn't really say, but
tickets are limited though. You better buy them quick. Yeah, it doesn't say. Well, let's just look at his website. It probably says there. He's probably still doing the whatchamacallit, the Deep Purple
Mark
thing.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but I was just surprised that they were coming there on a Tuesday of all things. And
that's good.
Well, what does Enough's Enough, Glenn Hughes show cost? I mean, is it? And again, I don't know who this promoter is. Never heard of him. But to bring them to a teeny small town, it's just like, well, are you going to go broke doing this shit? Yeah. Because I was going to go out and see LA Guns on Thursday.
Right.
But I the weather was so shitty. The winds were like blowing around here like at 50 miles an hour, and the hail was blowing, and it was just a nasty night. And I was just, fuck that.
By the way, it is the Deep Purple thing. So
oh, is it?
That's a killer show, dude.
All right. Well, I'll be there on Tuesday.
Oh, wow. And you're gonna see whatchamacallit, Tommy Skio too.
Oh, is he playing?
His band Bad Marriage. Isn't he in that band?
I don't know.
I think he's in that band, Bad Marriage. Boy, I'm just opening tab after tab after tab over here. Bad Marriage Band.
I wasn't, but again, what is a package like that command, and is it worthwhile bringing them into little town? It's just like you got to have some bucks behind you to be able to do that, I would think.
Wow, these tickets are cheap as fuck too.
I know, they're what, like $35 or $40 or something?
Well, you could get a ticket if you just wanted some shitty tickets somewhere, like on the sides. $10. $9.99. Yeah, reserve seating. Section 1, row N, seat 1. $9.99. For Glenn Hughes?
That's what I'm saying.
That's fucking amazing.
How could that be worth it?
I mean, is it sure it's not Glenn Hughes with an I?
It's
other guy?
It's the fake Glenn Hughes.
Exactly.
But I'm supposed to meet up with Chip, at the show. So we'll see. But that's bizarre, man.
Yeah, that is Tommy Skio's new band, Bad Marriage.
How about that?
So you're gonna see Tommy Skio, Enough's Enough, and Glenn Hughes for $10. No, you won't sit in those $10 seats. Get the fuck out of here. The good seats, center, section 2, row E, like 5 rows back, $55.
All right.
That's going to be where you're going to sit.
Yeah,
You're
right about that.
You ain't sitting in these. But honestly, 5 rows or 4 rows back on stage left or right.
Right.
$25.
Yeah.
For half 4th row.
Yeah.
Row
price.
D. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a good deal there.
Yeah.
So who's going? You and Taylor going to that?
No, I'm just gonna go myself. I can't run up into the city and get her and bring her back and all that other bullshit. Yeah. It's literally 10 minutes from my house.
You want to go, bitch? Drive.
I mean, I'd be glad to have her with me, but the logistics just aren't favorable for that kind of a thing.
Yeah, well, maybe she could Uber for $3,000.
Exactly. Yeah, and then I got some other news.
Okay,
potential news.
Yes,
and I hope it's okay that I talk about this, Sammy. But potentially, Red Rain is going to be playing in Ohio, Indiana, and at the Arcada Theater.
Really?
In May, with none other than, which I thought all the members were dead, but apparently Peter Agnew is still alive. But they're potentially playing with Nazareth.
Nazareth.
Even though anybody in that band is dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's still in that band?
Peter Agnew, the bassist.
Nazareth.
It's like Billy Child's Brittany Fox.
Oh, I'm looking. Let's see who's in the band now.
Because
Pete Agnew.
Yeah.
Jimmy Murison. Lee Agnew. So I guess that's got to be his brother, right?
No, the son, I think.
Son, okay. And all right, Carl Sentence, who was in Crocus for a minute.
Right.
He was the singer. He was one of those off singers when Mark Storace was taking a break.
Right.
I think he sang on that, like the one with the lightning bolts on it that no one listened to. Whatever that was called.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even
know.
Yeah, round 13.
Daryl Sweet, dead. Dan McCaffrey, dead. Manny Charlton, dead.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah.
God, they have more tombstones than members.
So I was just like, Nazareth?
Well, hey, good for Red Rain.
Yeah, so potentially they'll be in your neck of the woods, and they'll be out here at the Arcata. So when that gets confirmed, we'll confirm those dates, but that's potentially what they're working on.
Okay.
To do a string of dates with them.
Where would a Nazareth play around me?
I don't know. He said Ohio, but he didn't say where in Ohio. Yeah, so it could be anywhere. It could be Columbus or, Cincinnati or some bumfuck Egypt or somewhere. Yeah. Warren. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Well, cool. That'll be cool.
Yeah. So he goes, well, if we play in Ohio, I doubt Chris will come out.
Probably not. Unless he plays the casino.
So I will definitely, I know Sal is looking forward to, going to the Arcata show.
All right. Well, that'd be fun.
So we're going to go out there if they solidify plans and actually get, are able to solidify plans to sign on to that tour.
Sure.
They're going to do a handful of dates. I think like 6 or 8 dates or something in a row.
Okay.
With the Resurrected Nazareth.
There you go. Resurrected Nazareth, the finally touring Red Rain. Jeez.
Yeah. It's been a while.
About a year since they put the record out. 6 months.
But yeah, he's all excited about the opportunity to finally get out, play other parts of the country.
Well, that's good.
And see some old friends, see some familiar faces.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Sammy for calling me and telling me.
Yeah, well, he doesn't
Thanks,
know he doesn't know if it's happening yet, though.
He told you.
Well, yeah, but I'm the guy.
I guess so. I mean, I might be the guy who wants to give a heds up that there might be a website change that needs to be made or something. Since I did build the website,
as soon as there's for sure plans, I'm sure that we'll have them on to talk about it. But that's like I said, it's potentially they're doing this.
Yeah. I get a call when he needs work done. I get it.
Right. Of course.
I'm a slave.
Slave your master.
That's right.
Yeah. So if you're a Red Rain fan, stay tuned here, and we'll bring you up to date if that comes to fruition for those guys.
Well, that'll be great.
And I would like to see some of our CMS fans head out to the show, even if you're not a fan of Nazareth or the touring entity known as Nazareth.
Yeah.
But at least go out there and support one of our own.
Well, they have that one song, the Son of a Bitch song.
Yeah, that Hair of the Dog.
Yeah. Now what else do they have?
Love Hurts.
Love Hurts. Okay, that's
and
2.
They got what is that? White Bicycle.
White Bicycle. I don't even know that. Come on. White Bicycle.
Something like that.
That's a long way down from Love Hurts and
well, that's the 2 big boss hit-bound singles off of that 1976 release, that Hair of the Dog release.
Jesus, even Sammy was a baby at that point. Jesus. Was everybody in his band born when Nazareth was hitting?
Love Hurts, Hair of the Dog, Where Are You Now, Dream On. See, a lot of these I don't even know. Even though Rock and Randy and I, that's where we got to hang out with Nazareth over at the Odeon.
Yeah, you met Dan McCaffrey, right?
We did. We met the whole band.
Yeah. Don't you have an ID from him or something, I think?
I think so.
I think you do have a Nazareth ID.
I do. And one of the nicest guy in that band was Daryl Sweet,
Right.
the drummer. And like 2 weeks after we met him, dead. Heart attack.
That's what happens when they meet you. They either die or get kicked out of their band.
Because they were supposed to come back around, and he was just like, he goes, man, it was so cool hanging out with you guys. He goes, I hope you guys come back. Here's my contact info, blah, blah, blah. If we're going to be coming back around, so we'd like to have you come back out and be our guests and blah, blah, blah. And then 2 weeks later, dead.
Was his contact info on a funeral card?
You might have thought so.
Jeez, oh man.
But they were playing, I think they were playing a club or something outside of Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And I guess he died at the show or right after the show. Heart attack.
Surprised Randy wasn't there.
Yeah, really.
Bro, can you give me some money to get back? I spent a little too much money because Daryl Sweet died, but
right
now I can't get back home.
Razmanaz.
Yeah, I know that one.
All right, so they got a couple.
Yeah,
their two biggest ones obviously are Love Hurts and Hair of the Dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's they're like Foghat. They got their top 3 songs, and that's what people know, and they still play it on FM radio.
Mm-hmm. They play for a half hour, a bunch of shit nobody's ever heard and nobody knows, and then they play, Drive-In Wheel and Fool for the City, and
I just want to make love to you,
and I just want to make love for you, and that's it. And thank you. Good night.
That's it. That's the ones people come to hear.
Yeah.
Man, I hope they do that "Fool for the City" song.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, dude. Those are the kind of bands you don't have to worry at all if they're going to play the hits, because there's only 3. They're gonna play them.
Right, of course.
They're definitely going to play those songs.
But Nazareth definitely fits into that same category. Same era too.
I'm gonna look up Nazareth real quick. Nazareth.f or setlist.fm. Let me find me a Nazareth. Nazareth. Let's see what they're playing on tour. If anybody's even going to any of these shows.
Well, I guess they're playing a bunch of European dates or something before they come over here in May.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see any kind of a set list. All right, here we go. Perfect. Here's your Nazareth set list. You ready? Right. Miss Misery. You know that one?
No.
Razmanaz, we know that one. How about Shanghai in Shanghai?
No.
Love Leads to Madness?
No.
Sunshine. Is that sunshine on my shoulders?
To the sunshine of your love. No, that's Cream.
Yeah. Holiday?
Is that Madonna cover?
Celebrate. How about Turn On Your Receiver? No?
No.
Cocaine, the J.J. Cale cover.
Turn On Your Receiver, followed up by the REM cover. What's the frequency, Kenneth?
right. Might as well. You'd know that one more than any of these.
Followed by Journey's Raised on Radio.
That's right. How about Beggar's Day? Not the Skid Row song.
No.
No. Changing Times?
No.
Hair of the Dog, we know.
Yes.
Love Hurts, we know. Even though that's a cover, too. That's the Everly Brothers did that song. Morning Dew. Dream On. And The Flight Tonight.
Okay. No My Boogaloo, huh?
No.
No Boogaloo.
No, not in this list. And this is from November of last year.
All right.
So there you go. That's what you got to look forward to. Well, you'll be in the back with Red Rain anyway. You won't see a note of this shit. Who are you kidding?
Gotta hang out with my boys.
Yeah, you won't see one note of this set.
Right. They had to re-record Love Hurts. Love
Did they?
Hurts re-recorded.
Oh boy. I wonder if it's even the same people.
I don't know.
Probably all different people at that point. It's
So
the
anyway.
Pete Agnew version.
Right. Could be.
It probably is.
Yeah.
It might be good. That Guess Who band was pretty decent.
Oh, did you go see him?
No, I'm just saying the songs that we heard were pretty decent.
I knew you were thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know that the show ever happened.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember why I didn't go, but I didn't go.
Dude.
I probably just forgot.
Remember when Randy and I went out to Nazareth? I think you actually hooked us up with that, as a matter of fact.
Probably, yeah. It's the Shooters, right?
No, it was at Odeon.
Odeon? Okay.
Yeah, but Randy and I, it was a Sunday night of all things, too.
Okay.
And Randy and I, we went to the Hard Rock Cafe before the show.
Right.
And, had some dinner and went to the show. And then we had after show passes. And that's when we got to meet the guys and everything. You know when that was?
God, that was in the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah. 98.
Oh.
98.
How many years ago is that? 28?
26.
26 years ago.
26 years ago.
Jesus Christ, quarter century.
I remember that like that was yesterday, though.
Well, it's no wonder they're all dead. Fucking 26 years ago.
Right.
Jeez. You were in your 20s.
No, I was 34. No, 30.
Well, Randy was in his 20s.
He could have been.
Well, he's younger than me. So 25 years ago, he would have been
Yeah.
at oldest 30. At oldest, he'd have been 30.
Yeah, I was 35.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a... Wow. This time is just not...
This whole radio thing has been a ride and a half.
It really has.
I mean, just all the people we've got to meet and talk to and interview and hang out with, shows we've been to, and you know, different events that have taken place and stuff. It's just like, man, it's just blown by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's and it's almost over. Be it from old age or the way society's going or anything else.
I think it's going to be less about the old age and more how society is going.
It'll be a Moab killing us, not old age.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, because we're in a lot of trouble in that front, but
We are in deep shit, my friends.
yeah, we are.
Yeah. All right. Well, I say we take a short break
All right.
and come back and really get the show all cranked up.
Okay.
So, as a tradition, what would you like to hear?
Well, since we mentioned that I'll be at the Soil Show, why don't we play some Soil?
That's some
Why don't
heavy
we play?
shit.
Why don't we play "Crucified" from the Throttle Junkies record? That's a good one.
Crucified.
Yeah, and that actually fits this audience fairly well too.
All right. I got her all keyed up there.
All right.
All right, well, we're going to play a few tunes, come back, do the show. As always, take requests through the email, request@theclassicmetalshow.com, request@theclassicmetalshow.com, and I'll try to fit everybody's request in. I know I don't get to everybody's request all the time, and it's not because I'm passing you over. It's just time just only permits. So appreciate everybody who does email in every week, and I try to get to everybody's songs, but...
Right.
Anyway, here it is from the Throttle Junkies release. This is Soil with Crucified exclusively here
On your classic metal show. What's going on, everybody? It is Chris Akin from Chris Akin Presents and The Seth Williams Show, and of course, The Classic Metal Show. And I know you need someone to be told something, right? Whether it's something nice, something not so nice. Maybe you need somebody fired and you just don't have the guts to do it. Maybe you need to tell your girlfriend to hit the pavement. Maybe you need to tell the boyfriend to hit the streets. Whatever it is, I got you covered. Right here with my Cameo, cameo.com/Chris Akin. I will tell them, and I won't be nice, unless you want me to be. If you want me to be nice about it, I will certainly give the sweetest message possible. But if you need evil with a lot of F-bombs and a lot of words that I just can't even say on any sort of radio or TV program, I'll do that for you too. One more time, cameo.com/Chris Akin. Buy a Cameo from me, and I will tell them like it is, the way you want them told. All right, see ya!